Hi, welcome to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Glad you could join us. I'm Kenny Fogle. We're going to talk a little bit about something going on here in Nelson County at the Chamber of Commerce. And we got with us Mr. Eddie Masterson. Eddie, appreciate you being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And Eddie, one of the awards that you got a few weeks ago at the Chamber of Commerce was the Virginia Browning Award. And what makes that a little more special, for first of all, for Virginia Browning, but secondly, you're the very first one to get that award. So I know you've spent a lot of time before we get into the award itself, but you've spent a lot of time working with the Chamber of Commerce. That was something that's probably a little near and dear to you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm very fortunate that the job I have, Susan Elmore at Busick Slumber, lets me get out and do civic duties and things like that and volunteer. And she actually volunteered me to get on or asked me to get on the chamber board, and I got accepted. And then I did a 3-year term, and then became chairman for 1 year and got to see how everything works. Work with great people, Dorothy White and Jan Ballard and Debbie Sneed. They're a great team to work for or work with.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on top of that, I know you do some stuff with Bethlehem as far as you're a runner.
Yeah, I run a little bit. Been coaching cross country there for about 11 years, so get to see kids develop, and it's fun. We started a little middle school program, so now we're growing kids to be runners in high school. It's tough if you wait to get to high school to get them to come out and run. So started a program there, and we've got about 60 kids competing. Yeah,
well, one of the things I thought that really struck me the night you won the award and give your acceptance speech was talking about how you grew up doing this. This is something you've grown up. I mean, I guess community service has sort of been a second nature to you. It's something you just, I guess, it was expected of you, and you just saw it all along.
Right. Well, very fortunate. My father was involved, like in the JCs and the Nelson County Fair Board, and then the Civil War Museum. So as a young kid, I hid in the car a few times and got to go to the meetings, and he'd tell me to be quiet and sit over in the corner. And watching all the planning it took to do the JC Park, and the volunteers it took, and then they went out and raised money and got donations. And as a young kid, I got to get on the bulldozer and knock a tree over and watch. In a day's time, they knocked all the trees down and laid the concrete or the gravel and had that part done. And the next week they came back and they put a pavilion up. So got to see a lot of committee types things. We did a haunted house 1 year, and the planning of a bunch of guys in a room and planning a haunted house. And then going out and actually building the haunted house, and then opening the opening night and having a line of 300 people waiting to get in, and being part of the. As a kid, very fortunate. And I got to see the fair move from behind the multi-home school out to the fairgrounds. So got to see a lot of things just because of my father and getting to follow him around.
Exactly. So later on, you just decided, this is something just a general thing, progression, and you just decided this is what you needed to do.
And I enjoy it. I met a lot of great people. I've got to go through the Leadership Nelson County program. Didn't know anything about it. Got involved in it. Me and 20 people came together. Met 20 new people in the town. Learned about Nelson County and the working of it. That remember our whole life and didn't realize what it took to get water out of Simpson's Lake into my house.
Well, I think that's the part that people don't understand is people like yourself. I mean, you're out in the community every day, and there's a lot of people that don't have the opportunity maybe to do that, or maybe just don't have the inclination to do that, but they don't know how much goes on in the volunteer sector, what goes on when you're the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, it's not just chairing a meeting.
No, it's... For me personally, we're a small business where I'm from at Busick Slumber, and the town itself and how it all comes together with all small business working together. And then, so that's what I, volunteer a lot for, because it's how the town progresses forward, with everybody working together and supporting each other. We have a great town here because of that.
Well, I know Virginia Browning. I met her many years ago, and I know she was an icon in the Chamber of Commerce and retired several years ago. And she just passed away this year. And it was one of the things that they decided to do was honor Virginia with this award. And it's got to mean something to you to be the first one to get this award. I mean, there's a lot of people they could have chose. I mean, there's a lot of people in this committee, but the committee decided you were the one that they were to get this inaugural award. And I know I'm not going to try to. It's not an ego thing. You earned it.
Yeah, I don't do it to get a reward. I just enjoyed it, and met Miss Virginia a few times, but she was before my time.
Well, I was young. I mean, honest with you,
I can remember as a kid watching her. She would, busy down the street. You know what I mean? When I'd sit there and Hearst Drug Store, you know, and see her at busy. But yeah, you know, I don't know how it all came about, but yeah, it's an honor. You know what I mean, to have an award given to you. So.
Well, you said leadership, Bardstown. You, like I said, you see a lot of what's going on. Is our next generation coming on? Are you is anybody following you around right now to see what you're doing?
No, well, today we had the young leaders that Jan Ballard does a group, and there's 30 of them. And they came to Busick for Small Business and Industry Day, so we hosted them for an hour. So a lot of, you know, good kids, you know, but being that we're in a town like we are, we have jobs that maybe they can come back to, engineering jobs and doctors and lawyers and that kind of stuff. So as we keep going forward and we keep the job base here, it's, you know, a lot of small towns don't have that. They have to leave,
right.
You know, their
Is that what we need to do to keep Bardstown alive, keep Bardstown the most beautiful city in the world? I mean, do we have to provide jobs, or what is it we need to be doing? What do we need to be thinking about for the next generation?
I think it's the road structure we have here. You know, I mean, getting the bypass around, you know, and not clogging it up. But and then the better, you know, we have better jobs. You know, we have manufacturing jobs, and we have, you know, the bourbon industry. You know, you just think it's not just a person that's rolling the barrel. There's engineers involved, and there's marketing people, and so with those jobs, as they keep creating going forward, we can bring people back home from when they get out of school.
Are people? Well, I guess we could ask this question from your day job at the Busick Lumber. I mean, basically, we went through a bad recession there for a while, and I'm sure there was a lot of houses not being built. Now, is the building industry coming back?
It's coming back. You know, the job market came back. The building part has come back. The issue now is there's the land being developed and not enough lots.
Can't build any more of them.
Well, you know, they can, but it takes a commitment from somebody to put up the $1 million for the land and $1 million for the you know, the sewers and water and streets. So it's but it's about to back to a point where it's profitable again. So I think somebody will get back in and start building some more subdivisions.
Well, you're still a pretty young man, so you got a lot of community service still left in you, or
I think
the Virginia Browning Award didn't just top it off. You're going to go off into the sunset.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great. Like I said, coming from a legacy in your family, and like I said, passing this on to the next generation, it's got to be wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I know, like I said, a lot of people appreciate everything you've been doing, and you wouldn't have got the award if they didn't. So we do congratulate you on that.
Thank you, Kim.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Eddie. Appreciate you being here. And I know you have a busy day, but you keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see who gets her next year.
Thank you.
All right. Well, stick around. We got a lot more to come here on Channel 6 TV. We'll be right back on Community Focus right after this.